INFP males are value-driven, inventive people who frequently feel like square pegs in round holes. In a culture and society that promotes the assumption that guys are typically dominant, assertive, and direct, the male INFP may feel that there is something fundamentally wrong with them or that they are inadequate to others. Life is a fascinating and hard journey for the INFP man, full of learning experiences that foster deeper self-understanding and strengthen their personal development process. The INFP male takes life seriously and attempts to go below the surface, finding meaning and purpose in the world and all they do. Today I'm taking a deep look into what life is like for an INFP male and 5 important things you need to know. Not every INFP is the same, of course, but make sure to watch until the end of this video because there isn't a lot of information out there about the male INFP personality type, and I think you're going to be pretty interested in what you will discover. Let's get into it. Welcome to Success for Breakfast, where I'm serving up brain food made simple. Hit that subscribe button to get the latest videos created to give you the tools to level up your life. Starting things off for me today is INFPs are painfully sensitive. Most people are sensitive to the moods and feelings of others, and to some extent can adopt them as their own. The INFP male, on the other hand, is an intense emotional chameleon who takes this behavior to the next level. They are so tuned in to their surroundings and so interwoven with the people inhabiting it that their emotions continuously shift to match those of their friends. The INFP male would never swap his intense sensitivity for anything. They regard it as one of their best characteristics. Nonetheless, their empathy capacity might feel like a big burden at times, threatening to overpower them and leave them emotionally drained or upset. INFPs will support things they believe in with intense passion and unwavering dedication. However, they will sometimes mysteriously vanish from the picture, suddenly unable to attend events or meetings or contact acquaintances who support the same causes or nonprofit organizations. Some of this stems from the introversion of the INFP male. They require time to unwind and recharge their emotional batteries on a regular basis. As a result, they must escape from social spaces on occasion as a stress management method, which is especially true if those areas have made heavy demands on their time and energy. Above all, the INFP male will need to take a step back from time to time to prevent getting fully swamped by the empathic connection they feel with others who are in physical or emotional distress. If they don't take care of themselves, they can sink in unhappiness or anxiety, feeling helpless and overwhelmed to the point where functioning in daily life becomes impossible. The sensitive INFP male does have the advantage of bringing authenticity and happiness to their lives as long as they do what is necessary to protect themselves and manage their emotions. Next up is male INFPs can be unexpectedly spontaneous. Because of their introversion, an INFP male who has a flash of inspiration may catch people off guard. The INFP male is often perceived as cautious, quiet, and risk-averse. As a result, when an INFP friend or family member announces that they've signed up for a course to learn how to skydive or ride a horse, or that they've chosen to quit their job and devote themselves to their artwork or writing, they may be totally shocked. The INFP male's cautious and thoughtful demeanor can conceal their spontaneous side, which originates from their extroverted intuition. The average INFP man will feel intimidated or imprisoned by his habits and routines, which he will compensate for by trying something completely new. They do this not on the spur of the moment, but because they are afraid of becoming dull and predictable. This openness to shift course or try new things has both advantages and disadvantages. The advantage is that it can help INFP men push their horizons and gain self-confidence as they take on new tasks and achieve goals that previously appeared out of reach. The disadvantage is that an INFP male who is eager to be spontaneous can occasionally make rash decisions in the heat of the moment, inviting misfortune and disappointment. This occurs when they deviate from their usual patterns without first considering the consequences. It may also take place if their decisions are not well researched, involve self-denial, or invoke wishful thinking. Now, to the INFP man's credit, he's not scared to be daring and experimental. That attitude, however, can only become a reliable benefit if they can learn to moderate their spontaneity with real and deliberate consideration, as the most successful INFP men do. A disastrous decision or two is generally enough to make them see the light and learn that their spontaneity must be balanced with the proper amount of restraint. If you've gotten some value from this video so far, please show your appreciation and hit that like button. That signals to YouTube that you think other people could benefit from this video too. Kicking off my top 3 today is INFP males are notoriously conflict averse. Divisiveness makes an INFP male uncomfortable. If they detect even the possibility of conflict, they will strive to resolve it as calmly as possible, finding a means to reach an agreement and prevent converting misunderstandings into irreparable disagreements. If the people they care about disagree, they can be extremely successful mediators, providing a thoughtful and empathic perspective that considers all sides while working hard to find a compromise that is acceptable to everyone involved in the argument. Unfortunately, there are moments in life when a person's reluctance to conflict prevents them from standing up for themselves or providing honest feedback to others who need it. Fear of conflict can leave the introverted and peace-loving INFP male unprepared to deal with people who are only concerned with themselves and are willing to exploit others to get what they want. It can also jeopardize crucial relationships, producing chronic bitterness by preventing important interpersonal issues from being handled or even discussed. Because they are so intelligent and perceptive, most INFP men soon realize that no matter how hard they try, they can't always turn lemons into lemonade. When they come across situations where compromise is impossible and a line must be drawn, they will do whatever it takes to protect themselves and people they care about. They will do it even if it makes them feel extremely uncomfortable at the moment and makes them feel bad about their words or decisions for the next few days. In the runner-up spot is INFP males have strong beliefs that evolve over time. INFP men are principled and responsible. They are morally, environmentally, and culturally conscious, and they work hard to educate themselves on problems that are important to them. The INFP man can be highly expressive and even outspoken in debates and conversations, which may raise some eyebrows among those who know them as even-tempered and quiet in practically all other settings. While INFP males are inherently curious and want to know why the world is the way it is, they are also receptive to being swayed. Their convictions are strong, yet they are open to new ideas and viewpoints and are willing to change their minds if world events or compelling arguments convince them. The process of self-examination is never ending inside the psyche of an INFP male. They are continuously questioning themselves and their opinions, searching for logical errors, incorrect assumptions, and indications that their personal interests are in some way skewing their analysis. As a result of this thorough approach, their thoughts and opinions do continue to adapt over time. This is not because they're erratic or easily swayed by current intellectual or cultural trends. It's because they feel a deep and profound obligation to get it right, to see all sides and be fair to all, and to attentively listen to every opposing perspective. INFP guys are self-aware enough to allow their notions about truth and justice to evolve, even if that evolution takes them in unexpected places. Are you an INFP man? What are your thoughts and experiences on these things you need to know as an INFP male? Make sure to leave a comment and tell me your stories. Topping my list, and the number one thing you need to know, is that self-doubt will be used as a catapult for personal development by an INFP. Many INFP males appear to be plagued by self-doubt. They observe people who exude self-assurance while struggling to achieve the same level of certainty. A typical INFP male will be concerned that he has chosen the incorrect profession, that he truly isn't suited for it, or that he isn't contributing enough to the betterment of his own town or the world. They're concerned about whether they are doing enough as husbands, fathers, siblings, or friends to be able to assist their loved ones in succeeding and developing. This seeming self-doubt could easily be misinterpreted as low self-esteem, but just beneath the personal uneasiness, there is a firmly held hope, a firm and unbreakable conviction that the INFP male will eventually figure it all out and learn how to make far better long-term decisions. INFP guys are aware that they are a work in progress, which they accept because they believe the end result will be well worth the time and effort. INFP men are multifaceted. Those who love and know them already understand this. This complexity stems from their ambitious way of life, which emphasizes learning, helping, growing, and contributing. As you might have noticed, INFPs are exceptional at turning challenges into opportunities. This is one thing that really separates an INFP from other personality types. Their strengths quickly become superpowers when an INFP embraces who they are and the extraordinary things they are capable of. This video takes a deep dive into those superpowers that only an INFP has compared to others, and how you can use them to your advantage in life and maximize your full potential.